I let it go on, believing that the experience between us would bridge that gap. You know, one day she'll realize you don't have to be all of that because I'm your sister, your big sister. I just want you to keep pushing. That's all. It changed. And eventually I had to abort the assignment. Listen, when you don't abort the assignments, it get ugly. You'll ask yourself, how did you get here? When God said, I didn't tell you to stay there that long anyway.
I didn't tell you to do that. Maybe that happened to me. And it tore my life up. Like, God was like, I told you to do this.
Yeah.
And you're good at doing that.
Yeah.
I didn't mean for you to do this and that.
Right.
And it backfired. By the time I was burned in a situation, I didn't see it coming.
Yeah.
That was a moment in my life. I got to a point where the people around me would never let anybody hug me. They wouldn't let people shake my hands. I wasn't being weird. Yeah. It's just that I realized that the oil that was in my hand was attracting all kinds of people. And some I was assigned to, and some I could assist. And in some cases, I was being depleted. So that's when I learned how to draw the line. There had to be you have to have that.
Yeah.
And here's the thing. Boundaries are not, contrary to popular belief, boundaries are not for other people. They're really for you.
225 moments where his glory shines. Yeah.
Oh, we got to tell them about the story about, child, how you saved the day for my wedding. Let's talk about that. So here I am. I'm getting married.
Yes.
And listen, I feel like, this is just me, if I was a bride and I'm looking for a makeup artist, the checklist for a makeup artist in getting married should look different than a checklist of you looking for any makeup artist for any other occasion.
Yeah.
I feel like, now if I had to do it all over again, I would make sure that I am spiritually connected to the makeup artist that I choose for my day, that I am getting ready to stand before God and marry the man of my dreams or the person of my dreams, right? I think it would look different. And that's just my experience as a bride, okay?
Yeah.
So here I am. I've done all the things. You go online, you look up all the makeup artists, you look at their work, you're like, oh my God, this is how I want to look, this is how I want to be. And it's the absolute best day of your life, right? So I looked up people, found this lady, felt good about her. She did a test run. I liked it. I was like, yes, let's do it. We all in. Did the contract, whole nine. Well, it's time for my wedding. You know my wedding. I had
everything. All of the things, guys.
We had yoga in the morning. We had massages the day before. We had I had my massage the day of. We had prayer. We had everything. Okay. We had a what was it? The musical, the gospel musical for our rehearsal. It was a whole movie. Okay. So I thought of a makeup artist for the wedding, but for some reason it did not dawn on me that I needed one for the rehearsal dinner. Like, I just wasn't there. So I was like, oh my God, I need a makeup artist for the rehearsal dinner. So I posted it online and you hit me up and you was like, and when you hit me up, I was like, why I didn't think of her for my stuff? Like,
yeah.
Because I remember, even pausing on that story, I remember following you and being connected to you way back before COVID.
Yeah, people don't know that I was online then. Like people think, you might think that I went viral on TikTok and that's how I came to. I was on Facebook for over a decade.
I know.
Yeah. So I had been in social media. I had been doing makeup.
Right.
But people just thought that Auntie Janice was like, oh, you made it. You became. I
Yes.
was like, I've been popular. I don't know where you guys have been. So yeah,
right.
Over 10 years on the internet.
It was online. I remember following you, being a part of makeup groups. Because I love makeup and, you know, I do my little makeup face and stuff. And I do that because, you know, after a while, you be like, sis, you can't pay everybody every time you want. You got to figure it out. You're going to have to do a little something.
Yes.
So this was in a time where there was tons of influencers going online and they was taping and you follow them, you tutorial. But it was always something about yours. And let me tell you what I always adored about yours. You never just did tutorials and just put it on and step. You taught. Every step of the way.
Yeah.
This is the color. This is why this works. Here's your face. This is the shape of your face. When your eye go to the left, this is what this means. Like, you would have it down to like a science. Like, you never left a video that you did back then. This was probably back in like 2018. This was a long time ago.
Yeah.
And I just remember looking at those videos, you never left a session that you did and you were lost as to why you did something. You always gave the why for everything. And you taught with it. You talked about color palettes. And it was never too big for a person who was really in it. Like, even if you was a beginner and you wanted to learn, you broke it down to that level. So I never forgot that. I never, ever forgot that.
I love that.
So here we go. And you sent me a message. I was like, oh my God. Like, yes, I would love for you to do my makeup. So you come, you do my rehearsal makeup. And my daughter, my mother, everybody loves you. They was like, we love her, you know. And so we get our praise on, you know, like I said, it was a gospel concert for the rehearsal. And the next day we had the makeup artist. I had another artist to do the bridesmaids, somebody different, because I didn't want to wear the people. I had already kind of strategized. Shout out to Myron. Myron definitely has set me up. Listen.
Yes. Hi, Myron. I love you.
Yes, Myron set me up. So when he was like, friend, you got to do it like this, like this, like this. Because he knows. He's like the bridal whisperer child. He knows everything. So I remember it was time for my makeup, and we had a snafu. And the snafu was, I had a bridal suite for me, and then my bridesmaid had a bridesmaid suite. And I did it separately just from the direction of Myron, like, hey, it's your day, and you're not going to want people constantly in your room. Yes. You're going to want that peace. So I did it that way. So the bridal makeup lady was in the bridesmaid suite, and they told her, say, okay, it's time to pack up and go to the bride suite so you could do her. And the lady gave so much hell, attitude. It turned to the 4th of July. I mean, I remember my bridesmaids and my bridal party was like, my girls, they was like, well, hey, we'll help you. We'll pack up your stuff for you. You just walk upstairs and, she'll be in her suite. And the girl was like, no, I'm not doing that. You know, mind you, she's already been paid, because you know how that go.
Yeah. So
I was like, and I remember it was just tough. Like, here I am, I planned such an amazing day. That was the hiccup.
Shifting, yeah.
Right, that shifted. And I remember like saying, okay, well, I'm just going to have to go to her. And she was calling. And she had someone else booked behind me that was at her house. So she to leave. Why would you book a bridal party with the bride and then you got a whole nother set of appointments? Oh, it was. And she invited herself to my wedding.
She came to your wedding? No,
she didn't come, but she did invite herself.
Oh.
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah.
All right, so fast forward, I had to just go down there to the suite because it was like some floors down. And I just remember walking and I had to just stop and I just cried. I just got it out because it was kind of like, it was so much.
It's overwhelming.
It was overwhelming. Yeah. And I was trying to be sure the day was perfect. We had a snafu with one of the guest phones, trying to get the guest phone set up for people to leave a message. It was just some stuff. But other than that, it was fine. Everything else went perfect. So I remembered walking and my bridesmaids just stopped me. They said, we praying right now. And one of the friends of mine, she just went into this deep prayer. Her name is Sheikah. She just let heaven rip. You know what I mean? Yes. And so we walked in and the girl did my makeup. And Myron walked in and right when she finished, and I said, friend, what you think? And he was like, come on. And I was like,
I feel like I could see my response.
Yeah,
come on.
He was like, come on. And the whole time when this was happening and she was giving so much attitude and the bridesmaids was calling, telling us, my daughter, because you had locked in with my mama. Yeah. Like everybody, up to my first day you meeting people, my mama was like, ain't nobody touching my face but Envy. I was like, mama, Envy not even working today? Yeah. And so my daughter got the phone. The whole time attitude was going on. My daughter was like, we finna call Envy. So I'm so overwhelmed, I can't even think. So Myron came back up and he looked at me and I said, what you think? And he was like, come on, let's go. I said, okay. And as soon as we got out the door, he looked at me. He said, Envy on the way. Should be in about 10 minutes.
Oh, yeah. I looked at, I think I had to work that morning, yes. And I looked at my phone and I saw all these calls from your daughter and it was some other people calling my phone. And I was like, I answered the phone. I was half asleep and something said, just roll over and get your phone. And I rolled over and I was like, what is wrong?
Right.
And then your daughter told me what happened. And I was like, hello?
Right.
She's like, I know this is a long shot, and I know you probably been working today, but my mama needs you to come over here. Yes. And I was like, where is she?
Yeah.
Okay. Kidding everything. I just took off because I know, like you said, that day is important. There is no do-over.
Yes.
You know, for the pictures.
Yes.
You spend all this money on photographers, and these are your memories.
Yeah.
And if you don't love it, like, I want people to love it.
So here we go. Myron got a whole different hotel room than the bridal suite. He done got me in the secret hideout room. So no one knows I'm here in there. And then you come, and it was something about your presence. Oh. It calmed my day, my spirit. It's like it turned my tears into joy. It was just like, okay, it's going to be all right. Just thinking about that moment just get me emotional because it was so good. And so you changed my face in that nick of time while he was doing my hair. And it was just, it did everything. And so I would just say to you, you just have such a presence.
Oh.
You do. And it was so good. You turned around something that could have went another way. It was the absolute best day of my life. And just your presence, you just came and you calmed the storm. Myron was amazing. When I tell you, he was like, friend, you good.
I would have thought he was like your brother.
Batman. He was like Batman.
He was on it.
Yeah. And so I would just say to you, like, when people book you, they need to see the oil before they see the brush.
Oh.
Because, girl, when I tell you came in and you was just kind of like, it's good. It's going to be fine.
Yeah.
It's going to be amazing. You started to declare before you started to even work. It was like you set the stage. And if I had to say anything to anybody, you absolutely positively need to look at, if you are a bride and you are trying to book someone for your wedding, you need to make sure they're carrying the oil before they're carrying the brush. I'm telling you, like, envy.
It's important.
You just had it like that day, and oh my God.
It's important. So when I do brides, especially before I touch any bride, I pray.
Yeah.
Like, I might make it through some of the bridesmaids, but for sure before I touch a bride, I pray. One, because I don't know what she's been carrying. And if there's something going on, I ask God to, like, help me to be able to discern that.
Yeah.
And wedding days are there's a lot going on. There's a lot of personalities. There's a lot of spirits.
Yes.
And anything that the enemy think will distract you, deter you, it's going to happen. Mm-hmm. So when I walk into any room, if I sense the atmosphere, which normally I do, I shift it.
Yeah.
So, walking in that day, and when I could tell about the phone calls, I was like, something is wrong.
When I tell you it was 911, Batman, get on the line.
It was, I mean, everybody was calling, but when I walked in the room, I could sense it. Yeah. I could sense that you weren't happy with the outcome of things. I could sense a little frustration from your mom, like, with seeing that you weren't happy with things.
Yeah.
And I tell all my brides, you don't panic until I panic. And if you see me panic, you panic. But one thing I know for sure, I'm not going to panic. Man, I've seen cakes fall over.
Oh my God.
I've seen dresses come in wrong. I've seen people get into arguments at weddings, but I never panic.
Yeah.
And it's really because I just know that if God is in this room and the people are in the right spirits, everything is going to be fine.
Yeah.
It is. And I wouldn't, when you're doing someone's makeup, it's not just the makeup.
No.
Like, I would love to say that my brides, they buy these expensive services, but they don't. Like, truth be told, when I worked at Mac, I remember the first year I moved to Atlanta, I was the #1 salesperson in Georgia, which is really hard to do coming from another state. Yeah. And they asked me, how was I able to do so well? I said, honestly, I don't sell makeup. They said, what do you mean? I said, I sell me. I'm a better product.
Yeah. Ooh.
So when I go,
that's good.
When I go to brides, I don't give them makeup.
Yeah.
I give them what they need. I let them know if you need to vent, call me to vent.
Yeah.
If you need to cry, call me to cry. If your vendor is messed up and you need a new one.
Yeah.
If I don't know somebody, I know somebody that knows somebody. And I have enough people that love me that will come and do a favor for you on my behalf. But whatever I can do to kind of make your day turn out the way you've envisioned it would, it would be, then I'm going to do that. But it's all about keeping that energy there, keeping that lightness, that airiness, that love in the air.
Yeah.
I don't want the bride to ever give that up for anything.
Yeah.
You have to think. I always tell a woman, you found a man that love you.
Yeah.
In this environment with people with the type of thought processes that some men have today, you found somebody that want to stick with you.
Yes.
Honey, where he at? Listen, let's celebrate because that's a moment. And we all know that, when you get married, right? When you have a godly marriage, you get married. The Bible says that your life changed.
Oh, yeah.
For a man, his life goes to the next level.
That's right.
Because he's found you. So I always say, he found listen, Jesus might be the socket, but you the plug. He found you. And it's about to get good around here.
That's good.
So I let them know.
The real plug.
We're going to cry about that.
Yeah.
You're about to get everything you ever wanted because marriage is a blessing that triggers multiple blessings.
Yes.
We're not going to cry because she don't like her hair.
Yeah.
We're not about to cry because this shoe it's missing a stone.
And one thing that I really noticed, like when the energy from the lady who I had first, when I look at the side by side of my face versus when you did it, I just felt like the energy of what she was giving went in the brush.
That's a fact.
And when I tell you my face didn't look like I was getting married, it looked like I could have did it. And I'm not bad at the brush.
No, not at all. I see you. I see you.
But I'm saying it didn't give off that. So I would just say to any bride, you gotta look at the oil. You gotta look at who you gonna need that day that's beyond the brush. And for you to have both, bruh, they can't touch you.
I'm gonna be honest. All these spirits running around here, I gotta keep the oil, But you know what? That's one reason why, people say, can you do my makeup for my wedding with no trial? I can. But one reason I encourage my brides to do so is not for the money. Yeah. It's really so you can sit with me and see what I have to offer. Yeah. I know I got the skill set. I'm trying to see if you can hear my heartbeat. Ooh. I'm trying to see if you can see that I'm genuinely good. I like being kind. Yeah. That it's a bunch of love over here for what you're getting ready to do.
Right.
And that when I do your makeup, it's the same way. There's a certain level of integrity that I have when I do business. It's so funny. That sign back there says the integrity response.
Come on.
So no matter what happens, I want to be integral. Mm-hmm. If something doesn't feel right to me, I'm the first person to tell you, baby, let me get your money back.
Yeah.
This doesn't feel good. It's something about, there's no chemistry here. There's no spiritual chemistry here. Yeah. I don't mind saying that. I want you to have what you want to have, but I also don't want to be attached to something that doesn't feel good for me. Yeah. So during that trial process, you get to see, they got hashtags and photos and all that other stuff, but there's a lot more to doing, to being in the beauty business and doing business other than actually doing the makeup. I was always told, service doesn't stop because you either got their money or you're done doing their makeup. It's what happens after that really determines your level of service.
That's good.
And I'm gonna say this: just because they're cheap doesn't mean they're great.
You better tell them.
And just because they're expensive doesn't mean that they're absolutely talented.
True. That's so true. And listen, you'll be surprised at the prima donna people that say, "Oh, my time cuts off at this, and I'm going home."
Okay, so here's the thing. When you do bridal, you understand that, this is this person's day. If you're doing more than just a bride, there are other people there. And anything can throw that time off.
Absolutely.
You know that. Yeah. So if you plan on being anywhere within 2 hours of the time you finish that makeup, you done blew it. Because in bridal, everything, every minute matters.
Yeah.
And people don't believe this. When you say, I just got to go to the bathroom real quick, or my baby's crying, I just need to go get my baby real quick, or let me just answer this text. Those moments add up.
It do.
So to say you're going to be somewhere, I'm going to leave at 3. Right. It's a wedding. You're not about to leave at 3.
Right.
You'll probably get out of here about 4:30.
Right. Right.
But you prepare for that. So I always give my brides, after I do their makeup, I'm normally with them at least another hour. I just sit there just in case. They don't pay for it. I'm just there.
Right.
Because I want to make sure that everything that they want, they get.
Oh, listen, you the truth. And I ain't telling you from, and I wasn't like as connected to you like now.
Yeah,
like it was just a random. I remember you teaching, and when I was like, man, why I ain't think of that? Because I promise you, I would have booked you. No, look, hands down, right? And I wanna say that I know for a fact that you made my wedding day better. You made my wedding day a success. Listen, I know God was already in the midst, but he used you in a mighty way. And the reason I say that is because had I continued on with the energy from the lady on my face the day of my wedding, I don't think I would have had that same energy. I think listen, I'm strong. I would have shook it off and probably put some good oil on top. But I just believe that it was divine. I do. I really,
but
really do.
That's also, too, that's not a day that you want to have to go get oil and put it on top. That's the day. It's kind of like when you pick your bridal hairstylist and your makeup artist, you pick them as with an extreme intensity as you pick your bridal party.
Absolutely.
Because low-key, we become family that day.
Yeah.
We become sisters that day.
Oh, yeah.
So I love when people see me out and they go, there go my makeup artist, and is right about it.
Yes.
There's no, so
yes.
that day, we're really connected. And so with the same level of love and compassion and consideration that you think, do I really want this person to be in my wedding?
Yeah.
That's the same way you look at your hairstylist and makeup artist. Yeah. Do I really want this on my wedding day?
Yeah.
Do I really want dirty brushes, bad energy, just
all
not on time?
Yeah.
Do I need that day?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
You don't. So you have to look at them the same way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to talk about this Auntie Janice, baby. Because Auntie Janice got on TikTok and Auntie Janice is famous. Auntie Janice is 6 million followers and going. Come on. How in the world did Auntie Janice do her thing on TikTok and this whole viral moment?
Oh, wow.
And how did that just come to be? Right?
Auntie Janice was not supposed to happen. Okay, so if you're a fan of Auntie Janice or a follower of Auntie Janice, first of all, I appreciate your support. Let me say that. Because Auntie Janice wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Auntie Janice came around, I was in the second stage of building my life for the second time. Mm-hmm. And I was making video clips literally inspiring myself.
Come on.
And something happened. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But I remember I got on TikTok one day, and if you don't know, a lot of people think that my hair isn't my hair. When they see it, I normally wear it straight. Uh-huh. And somebody in the comment section made a comment. The person didn't even have a picture. I didn't know that there were trolls on TikTok. And they made a
You thought everybody was nice on TikTok.
Well, here's the thing. I remember TikTok being out for a long time, and I said, God, I'm not putting another app on my phone.
Right.
I'm like, I got a bunch of followers on Facebook, Instagram. I got real life followers. I'm good. So I'm not putting another app on my phone. And so I make the little stupid TikTok at the time, because that's what I'm thinking. I'm just making this little stupid TikTok. And I get on there, I start making videos, just random videos, like life information. Yeah. So when this person makes this comment, the comment was, you need to take that makeup off. You need to take that wig off your head and stop being a fake Christian. Those are the three things that I heard. Now, I could play about the first two. That last one about sent me spinning, to be honest. It took me fast, okay?
Yes.
So I'm reading this comment, and I walk about this time, my hair's in like a short blunt cut bob.
Yeah.
I go outside of my apartment, I hit my phone, and I probably did this in 3 takes, literally. It took me less than 5 minutes to make that video. And I said, to be clear, you can Google me. I'm a celebrity makeup artist. And I said, I'm M.V. Firmin, the makeup mogul. You can Google me and find out who I am. Then I said something to the effect, this is what happens when your daddy's black and your grandma's Creole.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
My great grandma's Irish and Creole. So and I touched my hair, and then the last comment was, I'm not a fake Christian. I love God with my whole heart, but I'll read you from Genesis to Revelation.
Come on.
And it went viral. I literally, I treated my cousin to a photo shoot, and we're driving downtown Atlanta, and my phone is going crazy. And I tell my cousin, I think my phone is broken. He's like, what? I was like, it won't stop. And let me show you what viral really looks like. And I have photos of this for people that think it's not true. I gained 1,000 followers every 10 minutes.
Wow.
So I went that morning, I woke up with 700 and something followers. That night I went to sleep with 150,000 followers.
Wow.
In 30 days, I had 954,000 followers.
Wow.
And over a couple of months, I went over 1 million.
Wow.
But that's how Auntie Janice, it literally happened on accident. I honestly think that the level of support that I had actually came from Black women. I never said that on camera. So thank you, Black women, for that. Thank us for that, right?
They was like, read.
But you know what it was, though? I had never, like, I've seen The Housewives before. I don't watch a lot of like reality TV because I work in the industry and I like to see people for people.
For people, yeah.
So I don't listen to.
They paint different.
Yeah, I don't watch a lot of reality TV. I don't listen to a lot of like popular music because when I get them as clients, I don't want there to be a barrier. Yeah. I'm gonna be Tina. Yeah. They gonna be Keisha. And that's just how it's gonna be. But for me, Black women, I was online when I was dark skinned. Yeah. I had my natural hair out. Yeah. And I was defending myself without degrading myself. Mm-hmm. Black women, if you could learn anything from me, learn to do that.
Come on.
Learn how to stand up for yourself without simultaneously embarrassing yourself. Yeah. A lot of times when we see Black women defend themselves, they're angry. Yeah. If you go back and watch the video, I'm smiling. Yeah. And so people were like, she's articulate, she's dark-skinned. And another comment I got was, she's incredibly Southern. I didn't know I was that Southern.
Yes. Ain't nothing wrong with Southern.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that, right? Yes. So people saw that, and it just went boom. Over the next 30 days, I went viral for 6 months over one video. Wow. Like, I saw it on Twitter. Somebody even made me into a meme. Whoever you are, you did that.
You did your thing.
They made me into a meme.
You might be a little cartoon by now.
I probably am somewhere. But over the years, Auntie Janice has become this kind of... literally the auntie that you always needed. I remember growing up, and people say, why Auntie Janice? Because no one knows how old I am. Yeah. But why Auntie Janice? You don't look like you're old enough to be like the auntie. The auntie, And I said, well, I remember growing up and my mother trying to give me advice and being right. Yeah. But her delivery, because she was so invested as a parent, she couldn't deliver in a way that would trigger a change without offending me. But my auntie had a way of saying, my auntie would say the same things. And she probably cussed a little bit when she said it. Yeah. But it probably pricked me. Yeah. But not enough to kind of shatter me. Yeah. And I was like, I want to be, everybody was calling everybody sis. I was like, the world don't need another sister. That's true. I was like, I'm going to be the auntie that the world needs. And I literally became the auntie that the world needs in no time flat.
Auntie Janice don't play.
She don't, and they know it.
They know it. Auntie Janice is the real deal.
For sure.
Okay.
For sure.
I love your dialogues you have on there. A lot of, I think you're freeing a lot of people. Even in that, like, I see stuff that I'm posting about the podcast on my stuff, and I look up, here come Auntie Janice, and I said, look at her teaching. Yeah. And that takes me back that I know for a fact, for sure. Listen, God shows me things, and I love that my gift is I can see what you can't, meaning the average person. God has given me the gift of foresight, and I can see things spiritually before they happen. And you, my sister, you're supposed to be traveling the world.
You know what's
speaking
crazy?
And teaching.
I am ready to travel the world. Like, I've been saying for a couple of years, I want to create an agency for makeup, but I literally want to travel the world speaking. If I could sit here and talk literally talk my way to the level of success. Yes. I don't know why I can't think of that man's name. He's like the #1 speaker in the world. I don't know why. I just literally went blank.
I'm trying to think. Okay. There's so many of them.
Yeah, it's so many amazing speakers out there. But I literally want to be the #1 speaker in the world. That's not a platform that I'm afraid to stand on. Like, come on. Like, God has given me visions, and I never say this online, so you know I love you. I'm telling this online. Yeah. I had a friend, I was in college. His name is D. D, if you're watching, I love you, man. He's amazing. But he told me he's a minister. And he told me, he said, matter of fact, he moved me to Georgia in the middle of the night on his 18-wheeler. And got here and didn't charge me a dime. Wow. Just because he
on an 18-wheeler?
On an 18-wheeler. I moved from Daytona Beach, Florida. I had an off day. He put my stuff on the back of an 18-wheeler. I called him the day before. I said, when's the next time you going to Atlanta? He said, tomorrow night. He had just started the business. Wow. I said, will you take me? I got stuff and I don't want to rent a truck to move it. Can you take my stuff? He said, yeah. He drove me here in the middle of the night, put my stuff, dropped me off at the U-Haul place. And when I went to pay him, he said, your money ain't no good here. Wow. Yeah. And I flew back to Florida the same day and went to work the next day. Nobody ever knew I moved.
Wow. You need those kind of people.
You need
like
those
that.
kind. And man, he's a great friend. He's still in my life today. You do. But he's a minister. And I remember I was telling him, I was like, yeah, like you're going to have like a nice sized church because God kind of showed me these things. But he said, yeah, he said, but you.
Come on.
And I just looked at him.
Get up.
Right? He looked at me. He said, but you. Yes. He said, people are going to stand.
Yes.
And he said, they're going to stand for hours just to hear you speak. And maybe shortly thereafter, God gave me a vision. And I have the gift of foresight as well. Yeah. And, it's difficult. You don't see as much for yourself as you tend to see for people. Yeah. And I found out where I was because a lady who's a client that's a prophetess actually told me what I saw. There is a stadium in Johannesburg, South Africa. Wow. And God showed me the plantrons and people standing outside listening to me speak.
Come on.
And it was like, imagine Woman Evolve came to South Africa. Yeah. And I was there and I was the keynote
And you was
speaker.
the keynote. Come on, keynote.
And that's, I remember when God showed it to me, I said, ain't no way.
Yeah.
We going where? Because to me, even being Auntie Janice, to me, I'm Tina. Yeah. And God is like, yeah. Yeah. But this is the Tina that I created.
That's right.
And for so many years, it's been like, God, I want to do that. But I've gotten to the point now that I want to do it the way God tells me it has to be done. The thing about being on your journey is there are people watching you that have an idea about how you're going to get there. And we both know only God knows how you're going to get there.
That's right.
And he knows when you're going to get there. For the people that feel like they're behind or you're not where you're supposed to be, you're exactly where you're supposed to be.
Come on.
I started saying this a couple of months ago. Before there was ever a problem, God had a plan. So God knows that you're going to have some detours. He accounted for the fact that you had that baby early. He accounted for the fact that marriage didn't go the way he didn't ordain it. So it didn't go the way he said it, that he would have wanted it to go. So because that's the case, I just want to do it the way God tells me to do it. I know that teaching is my gift. I have a way of commanding rooms and delivering messages in a way where people can feel them, but they cause action. Yeah. So, and that's really what I want to do. I just want to talk for the rest of my life.
You got it.
And inspire women and men all over the world.
You got it.
I love it though.
Yeah.
Doing makeup. I've been able to bless people and work with people, but it's a case by case by case. Yeah. And I know that if I'm ever going to impact the world the way I really want to, I have to be able to do it on a larger scale. The only way to do that, the biggest product I could ever have is my mouth. Yeah. So that's what I want to do.
It's good. It's good. So legacy is definitely next with light and all the things that make you envy.
Yes.
And that, so tell me about what's next. Like we talk about these platforms, that's God's plan. We know his plan is bigger. Tell me about the intentional living as to what is next for you right now.
So what's next for me is, I know this, nobody wants to hear this, is I'm going to leave Georgia. I'm going to be based on the West Coast. Yeah.
What? Here we go.
Be based on the West Coast for a while. I would like to travel back and forth and be bi-coastal and still do some work here. Yeah. I mean, probably all of the major states. But eventually, that's just to go to LA to build an agency and then take off. just speaking.
Okay.
But that's one of the no one ever knew this. The reason I started teaching class for makeup artists is because I was creating mini me's all over the country.
That's right.
So no matter where they are, I can plan an agency.
That's true.
And just be on the road.
Well, you might as well do
it.
an agency here and LA.
Yeah.
Come on, you can start now.
Listen,
come on, friend.
I can't. I'm working on a little something right now.
Okay, good.
Here to
Good.
be able to do that.
Good.
But yeah, that's what's next.
Good.
I want to. I'm also gonna finish this book because my followers keep telling me you need to write a book. You need to write a book.
You do.
Yeah, but I started writing a book last year called "How I Slaughtered the Sheep to Become the Goat," and because I want to talk about the journey of killing that passive version of me to really become the greatest I've ever seen myself.
That's good.
Obviously, through God's love and His grace, which has been so amazing in my life.
Yes.
Like, I know it's easy to say, I've done this, I've done that.
Yeah.
I am fragments without God.
Yes.
Like, without God, there is no Auntie Janice. There is the A.
Listen.
There's just the A. There's no auntie behind it. It's literally just the A.
It's just the L. It's Latina.
It's just the L. That's all you get, right?
Yeah.
But because God is who He is, I'm able to be who I am.
Yes.
And who I've been able to become to the world. And so I'm incredibly excited about what's to come for me.
That's good. That's good. Listen, one of the things I always tell my guests, with 225 moments, I would like for you to leave a nugget that you want the guests to set their alarms at 2:25 of the day. What would you tell them for God to restore in their life based upon where you've been, your journey? What can you share for their 225 moment?
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So for your 225 moment, what I want to deposit into you today would be to allow God to restore the version of you that He sees. Because the version of you that you may be experiencing isn't the version that God sees, not the one that He created. You know what I mean? And even the one that He creates, the Bible talks about going into the fire. You might be in the fire right now.
Yeah.
But God's intention and His plan for you is to come out gold.
That's good.
So I would say allow God to restore to you the version He sees and to remove your physical sight and allow God to see you and allow God to help you see yourself spiritually. Because a lot of times we live in the not good enough. Like, I haven't arrived yet, so I'm not good enough.
Yeah.
It's Steve Harvey that said you got to be your own type of saved. And I think that when you're going through life and you're facing different things, you have to be the greatest you are right now. And so that may not, accept the fact that may not be good enough for everybody else. But even for God, it's good enough right now.
For right now. That's good.
And if it's good enough for Him, it's going to be good enough for everybody else. That's my 225 moment for y'all today.
Yes, that's awesome. Listen, tell them how to find you.
Oh, wow. If you are looking for, it's having all these little personalities is so interesting when it comes to promoting myself. So listen, if you are looking for me for makeup, you can find me on Facebook and Instagram at Locked in Lux. That's LOCKED_IN_ Lux, LUXE. And if you're looking for me for some motivational, inspirational content, maybe even a Bible study, because sometimes I host those.
Come on,
you're looking at I Am Auntie Janice on your TikTok.
Yes.
Yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for being here. I am so grateful that you're here. Listen, all the nuggets you dropped, oh my God. Share for sure.
Yeah, y'all make sure y'all share this. This is good, okay?
Yes.
And she's helping people change their lives, not just through manifestation, but helping people grow, like, for real, not just for pictures and cameras and lights. Because the one thing I would want people to know about you is this is you full time.
Yes.
Like, this is literally her full time. Always, literally, I've never even seen you upset. And like on your way there, you didn't even appear to be upset.
Yeah.
But she's always positive like this and always looking for ways to help women. I see that.
Yeah, I do.
In your file. I'm not always on Facebook like I used to be, but every time I see something from you, it's inspiring, it's motivational, and it's about how to help women get to their next level. Absolutely. And you're doing an amazing job.
You,
and you make it look good.
Thank you.
She makes it look really good.
Thank you. Listen, I hope this blessed you. I hope you got all the nuggets from this session. This is 225 Moments with me, MNicole, and my wonderful guest, Letina, here today. We're excited because this is God doing his big one. He's doing his work. And beauty is beyond just a brush. You got to walk in your calling. And whatever that looks like, make sure it is true to you and God first. And so I hope this blessed you. I would just tell you, you can always find 225 Moments on iHeartRadio, YouTube, Spotify, anywhere you watch your podcast, we'll be there. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to comment, like, and share. And share, because God is up to something. And we're so glad that you're here at 225. Have a wonderful day.